All right, Gregory B, we are live.
Hey,
Hey,
the
what's
live
up?
stream.
Welcome to Crown
Hey.
Council live stream. This is our weekly opportunity to connect with the Crown Council community. Thank you to all those that are joining us live on Facebook, YouTube, and on the Crown Council website, as well as anyone listening on the recorded version. So grateful for anybody who takes the time here to connect with our community and wants to be together in some form. That is why we started this, Gregor, was an opportunity for Crown Council members to find a place to connect with us and just feel part of this great community. So grateful for all you who have joined us. Man, Greg, you just mentioned that your office is blurred there in your background. Let's give a little context. This is the time of year when all things annual event kind of come to a head, and our offices are just filled to the brim with packages and boxes. You're
See,
not, that's not that
wait,
bad.
see the
That's not
stuff
bad.
right back here in the corner.
But all the swag for the annual event is arriving: sweatshirts, name tags, lanyards, t-shirts, bags, treat bags. I mean, the journals, the handbooks.
All the samples are in my office.
It all comes here. And I think sometimes um maybe I hope the membership recognizes when and how the annual event is a year-long project for us, planning and creating this yearly gathering of Crown Council members. And one of those things that often even takes multiple years is choosing our presenters, choosing the people who will be on the main stage. This is not a throw a dart at a wall and hope we get a good one. Rachel, Greg, me, the team here sift through hundreds of presenters and find those that fit our theme and fit our culture and who will love to be on the stage of the annual event. And we wanted to introduce you to one. She will be our keynote speaker first on the stage Friday morning. And she recorded a little 1-minute video for us. And Greg and I met with her last week. Greg, maybe you could share Amy Purdy's vision of being on stage and what she hopes to accomplish. This is really something fun that she shared with us.
And endeared her to me. When people say, what is the annual event like? One of my common responses is, this is not a convention. This is not a dental meeting. This is an experience. And you come for the community and the experience. So we're talking to Amy, and she's going along, and she says, my goal for the hour that I am on the stage is to make what I do not a talk, but an all-encompassing experience. And I was done. I mean, it was she couldn't have said anything better. This is a special woman.
Yeah.
This will be an experience.
Yeah, we don't want to give away her story because that is half of the fun. So let me share the promo that she created. This is something that we asked her to make to get everyone hyped and to hopefully introduce her to you in a good way. So let me play this video for you.
Hello, Crown Council. My name is Amy Purdy, and I'm so excited to be your keynote speaker for the Crown Council annual event in Austin, Texas on January 26th. Now, I don't want to share all of my story here. You'll have to go to Austin for that. But I will say that at the age of 19, my life changed forever. And it put me on a journey that I never could have expected. I went from losing my legs to finding myself by leaning into challenge, by getting creative, and by reimagining the possibilities. And from what I hear, this event is an experience. And I'm so excited for that because that's what I like to create when I speak as well. I want you to be able to walk into the room, put all your worries aside, sit down, relax, turn your brains off, open your hearts up, and learn a new perspective so that you can bring that into your life and bring that into your business as well. And I know your time is precious, so I don't want to take too much of your time today. And also, I know you have to shut your business down in order to be there, but I promise you that it will be worth it. A fresh perspective is the perfect way to kick off a new year. I'm excited to see you. There are still tickets left. Make sure to get your tickets today because they are going fast. And I will see you on the main stage January 26th in the Music City capital of the world, Austin, Texas. See you there.
Is that true? Is it the Music City capital
Yeah,
of the
that's
world?
what this is like
it-
one of those things where you decide what to call
Is
yourself.
that a self-proclaimed title?
I think it is, but okay. I
Very
mean,
cool.
a lot
She
of great talent there.
you if you research Amy Purdy, you will see some of the things that has been a part of in her life. Very special, and her story is obviously inspiring, but we also talked about the content, the things that you will learn from her that Steve will then apply to your dental practice after she speaks are very fun, and a lot of great take homes for the practice, your culture, and what changes you can make after the annual event. So very excited to have her with us. I don't want to say it because Sean Aker last week, his content is incredible. So it'll be fun to battle our presenters
Epic.
against
It's
each
going to
other.
be epic.
Very cool. All right. Let's welcome our first guests in. I know they're in the waiting room. So Dante and Kim are going to be joining us first. So our show today is just a little different, and I'll wait for Dante and Kim to come in because I want them to hear me explain a little bit about what's happening today on the Crown Council live stream. Dante and Kim, greetings.
Hello.
Grateful to have you guys. I was just going to explain a little bit about today's show with the rest of all of our audience. So today, we've never done it before, but we have 3 resource partners lined up back to back to back to be part of our live stream. And the reason we're doing that is that at the annual event, we want to make sure that everyone is warmed up and understands how to interact and be with our incredible resource partners. And I'm going to let Greg explain how WellPlace is a partner and not a vendor when it comes to selling and interacting with the Crown Councils. Greg, you want to give them a little background of how we've been interacting with WellPlace for a bit?
For years.
Oh boy, here we go.
For years. Many years. One of the common things we hear from the Crown Council membership is that there ought to be a way to use the size and talent and type of practices that are part of the Crown Council to help lower the cost of purchasing clinical supplies. And we have made a couple of not very good attempts at this. So WellPlace was brought to us as someone who could facilitate that in our behalf. And I think that Kim and Dante will agree that I was a skeptic. And so what we agreed to do was to test out their platform and ways that we could help the membership of the Crown Council save money on the purchase of their clinical supplies. I don't want to take the wind out of their sails here, but the tests that we ran showed savings anywhere from 15 to 31% on the cost of clinical supplies, and that is nothing to just bypass. I mean, that is significant. It was significant enough that we are now ready to introduce this to the Crown Council membership. So
nice.
That's
good.
You may be a vendor, but you solved a problem, made me a hero.
Big problem. And I'll let Dante and Kim, maybe you guys take it away here. Can we introduce WellPlace, who you are, what you're doing, why you exist? I'll let you guys battle out who's going to answer that question.
No, absolutely. I'll start and then I'll let Dante also jump in. But and thank you for the introduction. And I can't even explain enough how honored we are to be not only a Crown Council resource partner, but also partnering with this campaign that we'll go into more detail about. But so a little bit about WellPlace. We are a tech company that's building software and systems to better supply the dental industry and focusing on making improvements with the procurement process. And what we've got today is a system or platform that leverages technology and e-commerce to help dental practices find the right products at the best price or at the right price. And we do this by providing our clients with a customized portal where they give us their product demand or their order request, and our system does the shopping, places the order, and all of their order details are going to be located in one place, which is WellPlace. So part of that improvement is really streamlining the ordering process. And we don't want to just be considered another vendor. We actually consider ourselves a service and technology partner working to offer our customers savings, convenience, and confidence when ordering their clinical supplies.
Nice. Very cool. And I agree with you. Years ago, the Crown Council used to call resource partners strategic partners. And we made that adjustment because so many times the Crown Council members asked for some sort of resource or some sort of solution to a problem that they had. So not only is this a personal connection with you guys, which we're grateful for, but also a great solution. Maybe should we talk about our relationship, how we're connected, especially with Smiles for Life and WellPlace, how we're going to manage connecting with each other moving forward? Is that a good next step?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Okay.
like Greg mentioned, WellPlace is a Crown Council resource partner, but again, we're honored to have a partnership and campaign with Smiles for Life. So the campaign is called Save Money, Do Good. And this is running through July 31st of 2024. And the details are for any order that is placed through the WellPlace platform, WellPlace will donate any savings above 15% on that supply order to Smiles for Life on the practice's behalf.
Nice.
And so, yes, it's an amazing program. And this goes towards their donation goal and gives everyone the opportunity to give year round while doing what you're already doing, which is purchasing supplies. And just to put some numbers with this, just a quick example. Let's say the office ordered $1,000 worth of products and WellPlace saved 25% on that order, or $250. The practice would realize the 15% savings, so $150 of savings for that particular order. And then the remaining 10%, so $100, would be donated to Smiles for Life. And again, go towards that donation goal.
Right.
So again, that's just to put some numbers to it with, $1,000 order. And what's also great, if offices want to opt out of the campaign, they can at any time. They don't have to participate. But again, this is just a wonderful opportunity, not only to save money, but to give back.
Yeah. And it's really an incredible, if you don't understand what's happening, WellPlace is not donating in their behalf. They're donating the money in your behalf to add to your uber competitive Smiles for Life numbers that no one cares about who is donating the most. So it's a really, really fun, cool new system. Very good. Dante, I know that you've been connected with some Crown Council members as we've tested WellPlace with some of the members. What can they expect when it comes to service and connecting with you? Can you talk about that?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you for having me, Stuart, as well as Greg. In regards to service with WellPlace, that really differentiates WellPlace from some of the other vendors is that as a SaaS product, you have the ability to communicate with us through the back end of the platform, which is typical. However, we work in a way that you can still have that personal experience and be able to reach out to customer service as well as account management between 8 and 8 Eastern throughout the country. So, a lot of offices have the ability to have reps that come into their office on a regular basis. We don't want to lose that. You're still going to have that, but it's going to be that you could pick up the phone, you can send us a text message, email, or call us. In addition, being able to communicate through the actual platform.
Nice. Very good.
Hey, can I say something here about this, Stu?
You bet.
Oftentimes when we call someone who is a resource to our practice, you call the number and you get dial 1 for whatever, dial 2. Not true here. You are dealing with a real person, and there he is. When you call and talk to Well Place, you are going to talk to Dante and he will be the guy. So get familiar with his face, because even if it's on the phone, that is the sweet face we get to talk
Yeah.
to.
That's very good. You know, as we prepared to talk today, there are some challenges that we preempted, you know, so what are practices saying when they're onboarding with Well Place? What are some of the challenges that we're facing? And maybe let's talk about that for a minute. When an office onboards, so let's say they're like, we want to do it. What can they expect? How does it work when you guys first make contact and then a Crown Counsel office is like, let's give this a go? Can you guys walk us through that?
Sure, that's a great question. For any Crown Council members that are on now, you can start off by actually scanning the QR code in the back, and
Nice.
that will be a resource. That way we can reach out to you. Number two, typically what we do is we coordinate a time to have a discovery call. Within that discovery call, we're going to learn more about your practice, and we're actually going to give you a demonstration of the platform. So we're going to go over the whole platform, and then at that time, the actual dentist does not have to be there. But if they want to be there, that works out great. But it's primarily whoever's going to be doing the ordering through the platform. And then after that, we go ahead on the back end and we prepare your portal. And the next step is an onboarding call. And within that onboarding call, it usually takes about 30 minutes. We'll go ahead and onboard your office and you'll place your first order. So it takes literally about an hour or two out of your time to be able to onboard and do your demonstration, et cetera, et cetera.
Nice. And are there any challenges that you faced, Dante, when we've had or questions that have come up as you onboard new practices?
In most cases, some of the challenges that we may have is that we don't have the actual supplier or scrape that you typically use. For example, if you use Henry Schein or you use a manufacturer that Well Place currently doesn't work with, it's a challenge that we can get past by actually saying, hey, we'll take 70% of your products that you actually purchase. And the other 30% you can actually order directly through your manufacturers that you've been ordering all the time. And
Okay.
as we bring on more suppliers, we'll have means to be able to help you with those other suppliers.
Okay. Very good. And that kind of leads us into the next question that we thought would be important is why is this what makes it different? Why you guys? What is it that you're doing that Crown Council members should care about? What makes it unique?
Yeah, I'll take that one. And I think there are several things that make Well Place unique, but I'll just point out a few. I don't want to take up the whole day. So
Take it. You're good.
So one thing would be the white gloves type of service that we are really offering. Again, we're doing the price shopping and price comparison for the offices. We're also handling returns. So it's excellent customer service. And then like Dante mentioned, you know, being able to reach a live person like your account manager or customer success person, and that live chat function that we have in the platform where they can actually be chatting with someone from the team at any time. So that's just one thing. We also provide analytics and insight into the office's ordering. And we're ingesting that order history and baseline. And again, really customizing the portal and offering our customers unique opportunities like this one. And with the Smiles for Life partnership and campaign that we have going on, you don't really see that happening with a lot of other platforms. So again, those are just a few things that I really think makes Well Place unique or different from other procurement platforms.
Nice. I love it. Okay, this is a good time to explain how do we get started, Dante. If a Crown Council member or team member wants to connect with you, what's the best place to do it? How do we get started?
Sure, absolutely. Again, first, it will be great to scan the QR code. And if you do that, we'll be able to reach out to you. That's actually a link to the form, the platform to be able to sign up. In addition, in the actual chat, I can leave to get in touch with us, and we also can reach out to you that way. And again, the first steps, as I mentioned, is going to be a discovery call, learn as much as we can about your actual office, as far as how many offices you currently have, what's your current spend, some of the things that I'm open to substitutions, et cetera, et cetera. And then also the onboarding. But it's as simple as scanning the QR code and we can get started.
Cool. One thing we always do is when resource partners come on the live stream, we don't want it to just be a sales pitch. We don't want it to just be like, hey, here's our product. And
Sure.
so we often ask to bring a few things that you guys have learned, something that you can share with Crown Council members. Is there anything that you have learned or discovered working with the current clients at WellPlace that might be helpful to Crown Council members, something that you guys have seen or learned?
Yeah, I would say one thing we've really learned is how much time is actually spent or kind of wasted on searching for best pricing or what kind of buy get offers are out there, what promotions are out there. If the doctor's the one doing the ordering, I mean, sometimes they're spending their Friday afternoon going through and trying to research all of this and find these products that pricing. And dental assistants, if they're doing the ordering, they're spending time after work or their lunch time or whatever it might be. So we know that opportunities to save are not really rare, but they can be lost when there's no time to actually do that shopping and price comparing. So us being able to do that for them just made us we've learned how much time we're really saving these practices. So that's one key learning I think we've had.
Nice.
I think another one we've learned as well is we offer name brand products as well as substitutions. So with the offices, they've been using a specific product for such a long time. But if they're interested and open to substitutions and they try one, they realize that, wow, this is very comparable to the name brand, and it really can save them a lot of money by using the substitution. But they wouldn't have known this otherwise, but just giving it a try. Like they may use a name brand gloves that they use all the time, but then when they learn, hey, I'm going to use the substitute gloves, and we found that they really, really like the product, and it really gives them more and more savings and discounts by trying out some of these substitutions.
Cool. Hey, well, we have, we've had a soft launch to the Crown Council membership with WellPlace and our resource partner. And hopefully this live stream segment, as well as an announcement to the full membership, will be a great new beginning with our resource partner here with WellPlace. Gregor, anything else to add or thoughts before we wrap up?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, great.
Yeah. Invest 30 minutes with Dante.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a no risk proposition. If it doesn't work for you, then you're exactly where you are today. But if you invest 30 minutes with him and give him the information that he needs, and you try it out, it's worth the time. It's going to cost you 30 minutes, but it's going to save you hours and it's going to save you money. And we are very enthusiastic about this for a lot of reasons.
Nice. Thank you both for joining today. Grateful for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Talk soon. See ya.
Bye.
Oh, Stuart, you almost disappeared. Where'd you go?
Live stream's over.
I thought maybe you were leaving it to me. Well, you'd be in big trouble.
That was whatever, man. That'd be cool. Something new. I know we've got our next guest waiting in the wings. But before we bring on Sally from Sinclair, and I don't know if she's watching or not, this is you can see my screen. So for the last many years, we've had a professional photographer who joins us at the annual event, and she is capturing everything that's happening, everyone that's there, whether it's portraits to the ballroom. And yesterday I was going through some of these pictures, trying to find some countdown material, trying to find some things that will help us get excited and get moving on the at the next annual event. And honestly, it's funny to forget sometimes what the annual event looks like, the connections, the people that are there, the things that are happening when we're at the annual shoot. That's a little blurry, but man, it seems to go so fast for us. I don't know if it feels like it goes fast for everyone else, but really fun to look back on some of the memories. These I had forgotten how ridiculous this was, that we did this minute to win it game where we wrapped each other up in these that was it's so fun. It's so fun to be together. I'm really looking forward to sharing what we've planned at, over the last year with everybody, and being together in Austin. Anyway, I thought these were fun.
Hotel.
Yeah, really fun to look at. And if there's one thing that we could explain, and maybe let's DJ, maybe let's get Sally to come in. I want her to hear this. So Sally is joining us from a resource partner called Sinclair. And as she comes in, I am going to explain a little bit about when a resource partner joins us at the annual event. We do a lot of work to encourage the resource partners to make a difference in your practice at the annual event. Hey, Sally, how are you?
Hi, good.
Hi, okay, good. I'm just going over, so we're looking at pictures of last year's annual event in the Crown Council. This is what it looks like, where our resource partners are out in the we don't put them in a vendor hall. We hope that they're in a high traffic area where it's easy for you to connect with them. And one of the fun things that we ask all the resource partners to do is bring some sort of value when they come. So don't just sit at your table and hope that Crown Council members come and talk to you. We encourage all of our resource partners to have a value. So when you go to their booth and talk to them, there's something you learn, there's something that you do, there's something that happens when you go. And this is a great segue into Sally's booth at the annual event, because it is the best. Everyone wants to go to it. There's nothing better than being with her at the annual event. So with that, welcome. We're grateful you're here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Maybe as an introduction, will you talk a little bit about what you did at last year's annual event and what happened when people come to your booth?
Yeah, I think,
Okay.
in all of the excitement and all of the fun that's happening, we lay people down and we make them feel nice and pretty and give them some nice treatments. But that's what we do. We demo our devices and we talk a little bit about what we can do to help provide something or create a vibe within a dental office that's very different from most of what's out there. And I think people are always really intrigued by it. The women specifically love, you know what? We've had more men in the last couple of years to lay down and get treatments done, right? I had a guy walk by me after getting one the show before last, and he was like, I'm feeling fabulous.
Yes.
So, so we always have a good crowd.
Very cool. I know that I can't remember if you were called Viora last year, but can you talk about your branding shift and a little bit about the change and the future of what's happening with Sinclair?
Yeah, I'm sure,
Okay.
Going from like hardcore black and white, and our mantra back then was, black and white. So we're very black and white with our customers. This is who we are. This is what we have to offer. We want to be very clear and upfront about everything. We were a small privately held company based out of, and all of our devices manufactured out of Israel. And then we were acquired just over a year ago. So we were Sinclair at the last event, but I don't think that there was any kind of insight given to what that meant. Sinclair is a massive global and poised to be the largest aesthetic company in the world. They had markets everywhere else except for North America. And so they acquired Viora specifically, even though Viora was sold in 60 plus countries. They acquired us primarily for the presence and the culture that we had created and the product line that we had in the US. So what that means for us now, Viora now into Sinclair in North America specifically, is it tripled our product portfolio. So we have the most comprehensive product portfolio of any aesthetic company within this space. Furthermore, in the next 3 to 5 years, we will also get to the injectable side of the business. So right now we're all energy-based devices, but globally we have 2 biostimulators, 2 HA fillers, and we also just partnered with a company to come out with a neurotoxin. So we'll have the next Botox.
Wow.
So a really, really exciting time.
Cool, very cool. And I'm sure there are some Crown Council members and team members listening who are saying to themselves, what is it that about Sinclair? How does this relate to my dental practice? Can you just connect us really quick to make sure that everyone understands where you're coming from when it comes to connecting with the dental practice?
Yeah, I always say, like, we're still, even though we've been doing this for 11 years and dental accounts for 25% of our gross national revenue in the United States, actually just visited Taiwan. Our Taiwanese distributor is rolling out aesthetics to dental. But we are the #1 provider of aesthetic technology to the dental sector. So for any dental practices, most of which start with injectables, right? They want to do Botox, whether it's therapeutic specifically, or their wife is like, listen, I need you to go. Or the female doctor is like, I want to be able to offer Botox to my staff, and they go and they get trained. But there's a direct correlation with the therapeutic aspect of it treating TMD. The problem is that lies solely on the doctor within the practice. And they realize, like, okay, you smoothed out my lines on my forehead, but what about this spot? Or what about these jowls? What can I do about that? And it's what we say is there's more to a beautiful smile than just the teeth, right? You get this beautiful smile makeover, and all of a sudden we're not looking at our teeth anymore. We're looking at the lines around our lips. We're looking at things that are around the smile that can and should be able to be addressed by doctors and their staff that know the facial anatomy better than most people. So what we found is that when my husband's a dentist, right? So he'll say too, like, before he implemented aesthetics into his practice, he's now a master injector, trains other dentists how to do Botox and dermal fillers, and has rolled out all of the EBD side. Nobody likes going to the dentist, right? If you're coming in just for, like, you know, your 6-month cleaning and x-rays, it's like, gosh, I hope I don't have a filling, or I don't want any drilling done. I don't want any bad news, or, you know, otherwise you're coming in with severe pain, right? You're going to have a root canal. You're going to need something's cracked, right? So people generally don't love going to the dentist. This changes the way your whole practice feels, right? People love coming because they know that in addition to getting their teeth to look beautiful, great oral hygiene, they get to have other things addressed that make them feel better about themselves. So it makes the staff love it, the doctors love it, the patients love it. It just changes the feel of the practices.
Nice. I love that. Yeah. And you can get that vibe just being around you at the annual event. It is a different feeling of excitement about beauty, about taking care of health when they're around you. And that's a good segue into what can we expect from you at the annual event? Is there anything that's changed, or what's new? Are you going to release anything new when you join us in Austin?
Yeah, so we actually partnered with a company called Care Aesthetics. Care Aesthetics is geared specifically towards dentists who are wanting to do this. There's now over 100 locations of Care Aesthetic locations nationwide. We're the #1 preferred EBD vendor of Care Aesthetics now. And so we're able to actually collaborate and build in the dental office becoming a member of the Care Aesthetics network, right? So there's a whole lot of different benefits that come with us. There's discounts on our devices beyond what Crown Council can provide as well. But we also have partnered with them and their PRF company. So a lot of dentists are used to using PRP, PRF for implant placement to ensure the success of it. But this is something that they can actually create biofillers with the patient's own blood, essentially, right? So that's a big part of it. Another growth within our portfolio. A couple of fun new devices, and I've been talking about this for 3 years, but we just received the first 2 prototypes here in the United States. We have the tip to one of our devices, hand pieces within the V series, that's going to revolutionize treating for sleep apnea. So it's the first device that will treat both the soft palate and uvula to tighten, to open up the airway, but also will treat at the base of the tongue to reduce fat at the base of the tongue, to help with sleep apnea and can also intraorally treat buccal fat pad reduction. So
Wow.
really, really exciting.
Cool. And you'll have them at the annual event?
Yeah.
Very cool. So if Crown Council members are interested or want to connect with these handpieces, I mean, that's a big change, right? That's like something. I know that there might be talk there of how can Sinclair help. What kind of things can you help when it comes to changing over to these handpieces if somebody's feeling overwhelmed?
Yeah, I mean, I think when people think about this, and I will say dentists tend to be the most thinkers of all of the physicians that we work with, right? They're like, they get way too ahead of themselves. The beauty of Sinclair now at this point, this far into the game and working with dentistry, is that we've created a truly turnkey model, right? So everything from installation, implementation, pre-selling tools to get them up and running, on-site clinical training and certification, long-term marketing assistance. We work with different outside vendors to provide different tools to ensure their success, both in the beginning and ongoing. So don't overthink it. Just come see us, come talk to us, and we'll talk you off the ledge.
Nice. I love that. I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm going to navigate to a few things. Let's make sure I share the right one. Okay. Are you guys looking at crowncouncil.com?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go to my directory. So once you log in, go to my directory. And inside my directory, a few things that I want to share. One is if you are signed up to attend the annual event, you will see, oh, maybe I'm not signed in under Stuart. Who's that? That's not Stuart. Hold on. Resubmitting. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
There's my picture. Okay, so a couple of things. Resource Partner Hub. So inside, nope, that's not it. Inside our resource partners, in our resource partners right there, you will find a list and a search directory for all of our Crown Council resource partners. So whether it's here at the live stream or wanting to connect before the annual event, this is where all of the resource partners are found that we can connect with. You can research. Oh man, my computer's not loading. That's okay. Gregor, what's going on with our internet? What happened?
It may be the two video feeds running out of the office.
That's true.
Today. I mean, I'm just saying.
That's true. I'll just navigate here to Weaves, but Sinclair's page as well. Very easy to navigate to when it comes to seeing and searching and looking for any resource partner that you want to co-it. I wonder if we still have you under Viora.
It might still be under Viora.
I would hate that if that is the truth, but it might be my problem. Gregor, did we swap it over? I didn't check before we even got on.
Kristen is doing it today, and I suspect where it is she is doing it right this minute while you're doing it.
Yeah, because we looked at it yesterday.
We looked at it yesterday, so I'm
No
sure
worries.
that's what it
It's
is.
fine.
And then the other thing I wanted to make sure that everyone saw is under the annual event, when you sign in, and hopefully you'll know this, is when you sign up, this comes into your directory and you can complete all of the things that are going to be happening and that we need to happen before the event, during the event, looking at our speakers, and then obviously the schedule for connecting all of the presenters and times that you're going to be needed at certain places. So really looking forward to having you, Sally, with us again. I hope have you ever been to Austin? This is the first time we've ever had the event in Austin. So
Yeah, I've been once, but I didn't get to explore very much. Everybody that I talked to loves it. So I'm excited to check it out.
cool. I don't know if this is the meeting where we're going to be exploring Austin. We're going to be stuck in a hotel, but still.
Yeah. Stay a day or two afterwards, right?
Nice. Well, we're sure grateful for you. I'm thankful for the element, such a fun element that you bring to Crown Council and to the members. Gregor, any final questions for Sally before we let her go?
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's a question, but it is a comment that Sinclair is a very large operation, but don't let that get in your way. You are dealing with Sally.
Mhm.
She is the front door, and she can navigate your way through any of your anxiety. And she has a phone number. She's a real person. and you don't need to feel like you're getting swallowed into a big hole. She's done
This
a
is true.
long
I tell
time.
everyone,
She's
I have
pretty
8
smart.
kids and a farm, but I'm the single most accessible person at the company. You might hear a crying baby in the background or a rooster, but I will be there to answer your call.
Why didn't we start with this information at the beginning? I'm sorry. You have 8 children and a farm. Where is that?
Yes. Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yeah. Where do you live, Sally? Sorry.
Jupiter Farms, Florida.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
We should have done a live broadcast from your farm next time.
Yeah. Next time.
Very cool. I love it.
Thank you guys
Hey,
so much.
No, thank you. I just texted Kristen. She's just updating your page. So we'll include that link when the recording goes out to the membership, and it'll have all the information for connecting with Sally. So grateful for you, and we'll see you at the annual event.
Okay. See you soon.
Okay,
Thank you,
bye.
Sally.
Bye.
All right. Very good. I don't know if you're stuck in the ballroom. You're on the front row. You're at the annual event. If you go to the resource partner area, there is a line 30 deep at Sally's table to get, like, she brings the table, the steamer, she brings all of the things that allow you to get and experience the services that she provides. So it's really fun to, I would say, hottest resource partner table at the annual event year after year.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as we were saying about Amy Purdy, it is an experience right there.
Yeah, very fun. Gregor, before we bring our last guest in, any other items about the annual event that you want to talk about and share with the membership by way of introductions or by way of reminders when it comes to what everyone should be doing right now for the annual event?
This next Monday or Tuesday, we are releasing the invitations to the Lunch and Learn sessions.
Very good.
So on Friday and Saturday, you can pick where you want to go to lunch out of 10 different things. And the topics are varied, as varied as you can imagine. And so we will be sending out a text message to everybody who is attending so that you can pick where you want to go for lunch and which one you want to see. We cannot do that unless you have RSVP'd, because we don't have the cell phone numbers of most of the team members who are attending. So if I noticed yesterday, we have 22 single-spaced pages of attenders. 19 of those pages have cell phone numbers on it. There are 3 pages that don't. So if you have not filled out your RSVP form, do that today. It'll help you stay connected. And yes, I have some surprises that are coming to the annual event, and I am not going to tell you about them. They're always there, and that's what makes the annual event fun. And I am not going to disclose who is coming and what we're going to do.
Well, it's funny too, because year after year, I think that the membership forgets that we hand out just simply thousands of dollars of cash from the stage for participating in
and that will be that. Don't let all of the things out.
Don't forget. So very fun.
No,
all right, cool.
It is an invigorating experience, and from a personal standpoint, it recharges me, and I hope it recharges everybody else. That's why we do it at the first of the year. It's a great time to recharge your battery and get ready for the goals you've set for the year.
Very good. All right. Our final resource partner is going to join us, Creed Walker from Swell. Swell was with us last year at the annual event. We're grateful for Creed. I know last week during the show, during the live show, Creed texted me, I don't know, it was probably like 9 a.m. He's like, "Hey man, can't wait to be on the live stream." And last week I was at a funeral during the actual live stream, so we played it recorded. So grateful for Creed for adjusting and being with us today. So what's up, man? Grateful to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Grateful for Swell. Thankful for you to spend just a few minutes with us. Maybe for Crown Council members who don't know what you do, let's start there. Will you just an elevator pitch for us about what Swell is and how you work with Crown Council members?
Yeah, absolutely. So Swell is a reputation management platform. So we gather patient feedback. And what you may know Swell best for is posting that feedback onto Google in the form of reviews. So helping practices stand out in their local area. So when people are searching things like best dentist near me or Invisalign near me or things like that, those reviews play a huge piece for your office to show up. And we make sure that you're getting a lot of reviews through some automations and customizations, some really cool stuff there.
Nice. And then Creed, let's talk for a minute about what Swell is doing now. Any updates or what you're focused on that might educate Crown Council members?
Yeah, absolutely. So
okay.
First of all, with our reviews tool, so our reputation management, some new cool things have rolled out in the last year in forms of just easier for an office administrator and a doctor to actually consolidate the information of your reviews and see that easily. So in forms of reporting functions, especially if you have multiple locations or even for a single location, we built out some really cool tracking tools where you can actually start to see kind of your return on investment for Swell, and as well as, how many reviews are we getting? How many invites are we sending? What are those reviews saying? And you can track that really central and easy. So that's kind of the update there. And then a huge update that we had not too long ago. I want to say it's probably been about 90 days now, where we've had our patient experience product. It's actually a separate product within Swell, helping us to become more of a full patient experience, helping an office gather all of the feedback that they need. So in form of private surveys. So multi-question or NPS surveys for the office based off of some of those same customizations that we're great at with reviews to actually gather some of that feedback for you.
Very cool. That's a huge part of being a Crown Council qualified member. It's been part of what we see the best dental practices doing year after year that create a culture of success, not only for their patients, but their own team. Maybe can you talk about why you created those patient surveys? Guys, that's a huge benefit to Crown Council members.
Yeah, absolutely. So like you touched on, I mean, Crown Council offices are obviously, you're worried about and making sure that your office is performing at a top tier. You're a top level provider as the dentist and hygienist, and your entire office is top tier in the industry. Now, what we want to make sure is happening that you're keeping track of that in a really easy way. So we've done it now because there's really not a great option for offices out there as far as a smaller option. You've heard of the bigger companies may or may not have in things like SurveyMonkey and, the Press Gainies of the world. Those are mostly focused towards really large organizations. Your Heartland Dentals and Aspen Dentals, they're using organizations like that. But they cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to implement. It takes years to get them up and running. For an individual office or one or two locations, it really doesn't make sense to go reach out to one of those companies. So we've really plugged that hole in the market where it's like, look, you are a great provider. You may have certain things in your office that are hurting you in different ways. So really what we saw was, offices do a really good job in the marketing. It's first and foremost in a lot of people's brains of, I need to up my marketing spend. I need to acquire more patients every single month, 20, 30, 40 more patients. But the problem is a lot of offices are then bleeding out 20, 30, 40 patients on the back end for kind of dumb reasons. I mean, in today's day and age, a buyer of any product in dentistry, you can look at as sort of a product, is we want it to be really easy and we want the experience to be flawless. And right now, like where I sit, and I don't think I'm far from you guys in Utah, I think I can access probably 10 dentists within 10 minutes of where I am right now. And if I go into an office and I have this minor thing that happened in the office, maybe next time I might just look for a different one because there's so many so close. So what our surveys tool has done is, look, you need to catch those issues before you start to lose a massive amount of patients because of something dumb. I mean, it might be something really small in your office that you may not have even known it's there, that now you're losing some patients to. And that's just not worth it. It's much more expensive to try to acquire another patient to fill that bucket than just to solve some small thing within the office that you may not know of.
Yeah, great point. And there's been a theme as we've interviewed Crown Council doctors on the live stream, that also might be happening when it comes to team members. It's a huge thing inside a dental practice now to hold on to great team members. How do we keep them? How do we make sure that the culture is trained inside the practice? And I don't want to preempt you, but what's next for Swell? You're going to introduce maybe a bit of an employee survey. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So as
Cool.
we strive to become really the 360-degree view of your practice experience. So we've nailed it on the front end, more of the marketing and the public feedback side. I think everybody knows that. We do phenomenal in that category. We're nailing it now on the internal survey towards the patients. Now, the one piece that we're missing is that employee survey side. So the anonymous employee surveys, we need to know, and it's a huge topic, like you said, within the whole industry, and Crown Council members, everybody within dentistry right now is struggling with employees. It's hard to find qualified employees, and then it's hard to keep them for a lot of the same reasons we talked about patients. I mean, you need to nail the experience for the employee, or else they might just go find another office to go work for, even if they're good friends with you or whatever it is. So what we're developing right now, and it's in beta, it will be rolling out beginning part of next year, is our anonymous employee surveys. So being able to send those out automatically. They have themes. So every quarter we can make sure to track those themes across your office, figure out, what could we be shoring up as a practice to make sure that we're retaining the good employees that we have, and also attracting new ones. What are those things that we're maybe missing? So all of this is just in an effort for Swell to make sure that you're taking care of everything in your office as far as the experience goes. From before a patient even finds you or an employee even finds you, to then winning that employee or patient, having them in your office, making sure everything in the office is perfect, just like the high tier that the Crown Council preaches all the time, that I know most of these offices are carrying. We need to make sure that we're tracking that and continuing to nail that. And how do you know that if you're not gathering that feedback? So that's what we're trying to do for every dental office out there, is make sure that you're nailing the feedback from both employees, public reviews, and then also private multi-question or MPS surveys.
Nice. Very good. Gregor, I know that you've had a lot of interaction with Crown Council members when it comes to these types of surveys. Any questions for Creed or advice to Crown Council members about them?
No, I mean, the hardest part about this is finding a tool where you can be comfortable that it is anonymous and that it's not traced back, so that they're honest in what they say, and that there is a system to do this on a regular basis. Doesn't do any good to survey unless we know we're making progress. So, and that is a statement not only for the employees, as we were just talking, but patient reviews. If we don't see ourselves making progress in the areas, I was reminded as I was talking about Dave Neeleman. Creed, you may not have been there for this, but he was giving a presentation on our main stage. And one of the things he said is there's no reason to survey and listen to the responses of all the things that you do that are good. The real question is, how do you recover from the things that you're doing that is not good? Mm-hmm. And the review process is for that purpose.
Yeah.
We figure out what we're doing, where we can improve, and then see if we're making progress. So well done, Creed. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. And just to key off of that, sorry, Stu, just to key off of that real quick. that's one thing we found. And with the reviews, you're either seeing, I mean, go look at any Google page and you're going to see 85, 90% are 5 stars. And the majority, the rest of those are 1 stars. And then there's very few 3s and 4s. Your most important reviews are your 2, 3s, and 4s. And they're usually small things. Nobody's going to go out of their way and leave you a public 3-star review that says everything was fantastic. Chairs were a little uncomfortable. You know, they're not going to say that. Where if you send them surveys, people are more open. And if they know it's anonymous and all these different things, they say things like that. And then we've made it very easy and a really digestible dashboard to be able to say, okay, look, here are the key topics that people are bringing up. So yeah, I love that. Nice.
I had Creed's, is this the best way, Creed, for everybody to connect with you? I'm seeing here on the website lots of book demos, and what's best?
Yeah, either way, if you just go straight to the website and you book a demo, there's probably 100 places where you can click to book a demo. So if you go there, just make sure to say, hey, I'm part of the Crown Council, and we'll get you taken care of as far as discounts and things like that. You can always reach out directly to me. My email is creed@swellcx.com. It's right there. Feel free to reach out. You can message me on Facebook or LinkedIn or any of the other forms as well. But we'll get you taken care of as far as answering any questions that you have.
Nice.
Terrific.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Thank
Creed.
you. Appreciate you joining us.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, well, I should pick you up to go to work together, dude. We're like next door neighbors right here. This is like, I didn't know your address. Is this where you are right now? Are you at 6510 Mill Rock Drive?
Yes.
You probably rode your bike past there this morning.
Probably. I'm looking straight up Big Cottonwood Canyon right now. So
Nice.
We're not far.
Very cool. All right, man. I'll pick you up for work tomorrow. Very good.
Perfect.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Creed.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Okay. See ya. Man, I was not, all honesty, I was not expecting the releaser to talk about that, but we here at the Crown Council have provided a lot of patient and team feedback tools to you when requested. Greg and I have our hands all over those feedback tools, the 360 degree feedback tool that is available through us. So great to have another tool, another option for Crown Council members to use when it comes to surveys. So awesome. That's an hour. Done.
Nicely done, Stuart.
Dusted. Okay, so next week, I want to read, if people are still with us, get ready. Next week, Brent Pennell, Control-Alt-Protect, is going to enlighten us
your mind
with the title of his, this is kind of like a webinar style live stream, more specifics. When cyber attacks happen, how will you respond? In today's digital landscape, cyber attacks are an unfortunate reality. The question is, how prepared are you to respond? In this informative session, industry expert will cover key topics to help you develop a robust response plan. So next week, we'll also feature an interactive segment that we want all Crown Council members to prepare for, Ask a Cyber Nerd, where you can ask him all the questions. And we'll do that for probably half of the time that Brent is with us. But really, it'll be very informative on how to create a response plan, how to isolate problems that you've got, who is accountable in your group. Is the IT guy accountable, or is someone else accountable when something goes wrong? Legal implications, backup preservation, and then we'll have an Ask a Cyber Nerd. I love that he calls himself that at the end of the program. So
he
next,
is that for
he
sure.
is definitely that. So next week, we're very excited to have Brent Pennell and Control-Alt-Protect with us. All right.
Thank you, Stuart.
Yeah. Thanks for everybody for joining. We'll see you next week. Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
Bye.